A London art school's told a student she cannot breastfeed her newborn baby on campus. Yasmin Tofano has accused Central St Martin's of discrimination and says she'll have to stop breastfeeding her daughter as a result.
The university says its campus is unsafe for babies and insurance only covers children for short, exceptional visits. So should babies be allowed at university or at work? Joining us is businesswoman and mother Chika Russell, who says that it's inconsiderate to bring babies into a professional setting, and Safia Maksamed, also a businesswoman and a mother, who thinks that we should be a lot more flexible. As we were saying earlier on the show, my daughter's just had her first baby, and I asked her, and she went to university, and I asked her about this last night, and she said that she felt, as a very proud new mother, that it is inappropriate to bring a baby into the lecture room. It's not because there's anything wrong with babies, but because they can make a lot of noise, and as well, my granddaughter certainly is, and it would simply disrupt the lecture.
Understandable. It would be distraction, but at the same time, let's think about it. Lately, we have been adaptable. We can adapt everything. Pandemic taught us that. If you think about it, a baby, if somebody brings the dog at work or in a professional setting, everyone goes, oh, lovely dog. But why not the babies?
Well, would you take a dog into a lecture theatre?
I agree, because everyone does say as a one-off, oh, isn't your baby so cute? And they coo over it, over your baby. But it cannot be a regular occurrence. It cannot be a daily event, because it is distracting, and I'm expecting my fourth, so I love, thank you, I love babies, but there's a time and a place for everything. And as a paying student, I would loathe to be in my lecture and this lady brings her baby, or this man brings her baby into the lecture, apologises for the noise that it's making, but then allows it to continue.
It's a distraction.
It's a distraction, yes, but why can't we be adaptable? That's
well, how would you adapt then?
I would say, first and foremost, bring creche. Facebook does that all the whole time. They have creche in place of professional.
Yeah, there's a slight financial disparity between the average university and Facebook.
Fair enough, but even institutions like university also should have those facilities. I think we've passed all these time where we can just be like the way society used to expect us to do.
Well, that sounds like you're accepting, then, that if you're arguing for creches, and I'd agree with you if it could be paid for, it seems like you're kind of mutely accepting the point that the baby in the lecture room is a non-starter.
Exactly. A creche is a different way to move forward, and if you make it part of the institution and there's an initiative that supports families bringing their children to the building where there's a creche, absolutely, and I can see how that would work, but there is the issue of financial affordability. I have a business in Africa, and part of our thing is making it possible for women to bring their babies to the creche, but because we're a sizable business and we can afford it, but it's just not realistic that every, particularly educational places...
In a lockdown, let's think back in a lockdown, didn't we all sit down and be on the phone calls with our babies, with our children, with our husbands? We did all of that. Why can't we do this today?
Well, Safia, the answer might be, why doesn't the person with the baby do a Zoom lecture?
Absolutely, yes.
I agree.
Because otherwise you're completely inconsiderate to other people. But let's not forget the fact that
when you bring a baby... the same. So we
yes,
can't
we all paid the
say
same, but we paid to attend a lecture where I need complete focus. I really have to pass these exams. I really need this grade, and I'm going to be in debt when I finish. So if I can
similar situation with the other person,
if I can make arrangements for my child, I need you to do the same. But let's not forget, you do not know the personal circumstances of the people around you. One lady's just had a miscarriage, the other one has had her 10th attempt at IVF and cannot conceive. There are so many issues we don't know. So bringing the baby and throwing it in people's faces, and then there are people who just don't like babies.
I think you're making a very interesting point, though, which is that we are an adaptable society, and if we're going to include women who carry babies, who breastfeed babies, who predominantly, in the early months at least, are the primary carer for the baby, perhaps we do need to find other ways to make sure that is all adapted to and included, because, you know, in a traditional patriarchal society, babies are out of sight, out of mind kind of thing.
And my son is grown, you know, he's 24 now, so back then, when it was 1998, my own personal circumstance, I was on a train, and this woman, because we were stuck in the middle of nowhere, there was an accident, and this woman was so annoyed because my son was crying because we're stuck. And she made me so uncomfortable, I had to move with my baby to the toilet to sit throughout. That is 1998. So we are now in 2022. Why can't we actually adapt?
OK, good to talk to you both about this very interesting subject. In a statement, the University of Arts London said they're reviewing their policies as a result of this particular case and have offered access to a private room and a fridge to allow her to store expressed milk. Well, there we go. Thanks very much indeed. 8:41.
And the best of luck with your number 4, is it, the next one?
Yes, number 4.
When's it due?
December 25th, would you
Oh,
believe?
a Christmas baby!
yeah.
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Oh, right, OK.